Hello Taurus, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Every month leaves its own symbols. Today let's discover what August may be reflecting for you, not only through tarot, but also through the sky above us. We have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and our oracle card is Fire. We'll return to this in just a moment. Let's begin with the month itself. August opens beneath a steady but transformative sky for you, Taurus. Jupiter continues its journey through Leo, where it will remain until July 2027. For Taurus rising, this illuminates your fourth house, the house of home, family, emotional foundations, and the place where you feel most rooted. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. During the coming year, you may feel drawn to create a home that reflects who you are today. For some, that may mean renovating, moving, investing in property, or simply creating greater comfort, warmth, and emotional security where you already are. You may also find yourself redefining what home truly means. Perhaps family dynamics begin to shift. Perhaps certain friendships grow closer while others quietly fall away. Taurus seeks stability, but true stability is not built by holding on to everything. It grows through relationships where you can finally exhale and simply be yourself. Sometimes growth begins not by changing everything around us, but by creating a place within ourselves where we finally feel at home. This month also brings two especially meaningful events. On August 12th, we experience both a new moon and a solar eclipse in Leo. A new moon marks a beginning. An eclipse often brings a deeper reset. Together, they invite us to release what no longer reflects who we are becoming, making space for something more authentic to emerge. The sky doesn't force change. It creates moments that invite. August feels like one of those moments. For you, Taurus, this may be an invitation to release the need for external approval and reconnect with what genuinely creates your own emotional security and inner peace. Perhaps your understanding of family begins to evolve. Perhaps your closest relationships become more authentic. Perhaps you discovering that true belonging begins within. I'd like to share two reflections that capture the spirit of this moment. Beyond applause. When approval becomes your measure, the soul grows tired. Release the need for validation, comparison, and endless pursuit. True worth is not performed, it's remembered. Come home to what is real, not what is seen. As Jupiter expands Leo's energy, it also expands whatever is ready to be seen. That includes our gifts, and sometimes our shadows. This card gently asks, where do I still measure my worth through someone else's eyes? Where I have forgotten that my value has always existed, even when no one is watching. Sometimes the strongest foundation we can build is the quiet confidence that no longer depends on applause. The inner sun. A new beginning of self-remembering. Step into the light that has always lived within you. Honor your inner child, your source of joy, creativity, and truth. You are not becoming the light, you are returning to it. Once we loosen our grip on external approval, something beautiful begins to awaken. The inner sun reminds us our deepest confidence has never come from outside ourselves. It has always lived within. This month may reconnect you with forgotten dreams, simple joys, creative passions, or the quiet part of yourself that creates, loves, and gives simply because it's your nature. That return to yourself may become one of the August's greatest gifts. Toward the end of the month, on August 28th, we have the full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces. This is your 11th house, the realm of friendships, communities, shared dreams, and the future you are slowly creating. After a month of new beginnings, the full moon reminds us that not everything needs to be solved. Some things simply ask to be released. This eclipse maybe encourage you to let go of old expectations around friendships, communities, or long-held dreams. Not every path you imagined years ago is meant to remain your path today. Sometimes making room for new people also means blessing those who belong to another chapter. The circle of giving. We are here to give from our hearts, and we are here to receive with grace. True balance is not in giving more, but in honoring the sacred flow between both. Together we rise, together we heal. Many of us find it easier to give than receive. We offer our time, our energy, our care, yet struggle to accept support when it's offered back. This full moon invites a different balance, to share your gifts freely and to receive with the same openness, because giving and receiving are not opposites. They complete one another. Sometimes allowing yourself to receive is the greatest act of trust. The skies often ask us to grow. The cards often ask us to look within. Neither can choose our path for us, but together they remind us that meaning is something we create. So let's turn to the cards and see what they may be reflecting for you this month. Let's begin with the oracle card that arrived last in your reading. Fire. Many people hear the word fire and would think of conflict, arguments, anger, something burning out of control. But I don't think that's what this card is asking of you, because after everything we've spoken about in the sky section, I think this fire is asking a different question. What still deserves your energy? Not everything deserves your fight anymore. Some doors are worth closing. Some conversations no longer need convincing. Some people no longer need explaining. But the dreams that still make your heart feel alive, those deserve your fire. This card is not asking you to burn bridges. It's asking you to remember what your inner flame was always meant to illuminate. Taurus, look carefully at her. She doesn't look angry. She doesn't look broken. She looks quiet, almost suspended between what was and what comes next. Three of Swords often speaks about heartbreak, disappointment, loss. But sometimes it simply represents the place inside us where life has made us more careful, more guarded, more afraid to trust. Perhaps you carried disappointments that nobody else could see. Perhaps you smile while quietly protecting an old wound. If that's you, I hope this card reminds you, healing doesn't erase what happened. It means your heart no longer has to live there. The Nine of Cups is here. She's sitting in a bathtub. There is a foam, a toy, cake. After everything, this card feels almost surprising because it doesn't show achievement. It shows permission. Permission to enjoy your own life again. Sometimes happiness doesn't arrive because life suddenly becomes perfect. Sometimes it arrives because we finally stop postponing joy. You have spent enough time surviving. This card asks you, can you also begin living? Then the most beautiful card, Taurus. Look at her. She is holding tiny versions of herself, almost like every younger self she has ever been. The frightened one, the hopeful one, the forgotten one. The child who simply wanted to be loved. The Ace of Cups is not only new love. Sometimes it's becoming the person who finally offers yourself the love you have been waiting to receive. After everything this reading has shown, I don't think your heart is opening because someone rescued it. I think it's opening because you are finally beginning to trust yourself again. So perhaps this is what August has been preparing you for, Taurus. Not simply to protect your peace, but to build your life around it. The fire reminds you that your energy is sacred. The Three of Swords reminds you that old pain doesn't have to become your permanent home. The Nine of Cups reminds you that joy is not something you earn. Sometimes it's something you finally allow yourself to receive. And the Ace of Cups reminds you that every new beginning starts inside your heart. Now the sky opens another chapter. With Jupiter illuminating your fourth house, the season invites you to create a life that feels like home, not only the place you live. And as the full moon and lunar eclipse arrive at the end of the month, allow yourself to release expectations or dreams that no longer fit the life you are creating. Because sometimes making space is not losing something. It's finally making room for what has been waiting to enter. May August remind you that the safest place you will ever build is the one you create within yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and I'll see you in the next reading.